Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your back porch professor. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend and a great start to the month of August, but I can tell you who most certainly is not. And that's none other than the 84-year-old icon of the Washington establishment, Mitch McConnell. We've got some pretty stunning updates on the condition of McConnell, who was reportedly hospitalized back on June 14th and has not been seen since. His office has been virtually silent the whole time. They've given almost nothing, no updates. Just a line about him receiving excellent care, no condition, no prognosis, nothing. No public appearance, no statement, no proof of life, literally. He is effectively our own version of Mojtaba Khomeini, right? The supposed supreme leader of Iran that literally no one has seen. We have our own version of that, Mojtaba Mitch. But we do have some breaking news here, and it actually goes all the way back to July 12th, nearly a month after he was hospitalized. So as many of you know, McConnell's team officially released a statement and a photo saying a fall left him briefly unconscious and that he was also dealing with a mild case of pneumonia. And alongside that statement came this photo with McConnell in the hospital bed smiling, with his wife, Elaine Chao, holding up a newspaper to prove the date as if he was a hostage or something like that. I mean, it's the oldest trick in the proof of life playbook. And of course, almost immediately, there were accusations all over the internet that the image was AI generated. For the record, I have no idea. I don't have that kind of expertise. I have read digital forensics analysts who reviewed the photo. They found no evidence of AI manipulation. At least that's the ones that are being reported. Again, I don't know, but that's not where the real story is. 3 days after that photo, on July 15th, Chao was photographed leaving the rehab facility. Okay, fine, no problem. But then, nothing, more silence for almost 2 weeks. And then right on cue, just days before critical political deadline, a second proof of life photo resurfaces, supposedly taken on July 26. And you can see both these photos online. And this is where it gets interesting. When you look these up, when you look at these photos side by side, the one of Chao leaving on July 15th and the one supposedly taken 2 weeks later, she's wearing the exact same outfit, same shirt, same pants. Even her hairstyle lines up with the earlier date, not a later one. And it's being widely recognized even by left-wing outlets like the Daily Beast and TMZ. In fact, Chao reportedly appeared with a noticeably different, more reddish hairstyle at a public event on July 29th, just 3 days after the photo she supposedly took on July 26th. Now, could a wealthy woman repeat an outfit? Well, of course, sure, no problem. But the Daily Beast's own editor-in-chief flags something interesting here. The outfit was an off-brand. It was from Chico's, right, which apparently is an inexpensive, mid-range casual woman's clothing brand. But Chao is a multimillionaire. And she's known for wearing very luxurious, very expensive clothing. Now, the point the Daily Beast editor was making is that it seemed unusual for someone with Chao's wealth and reputation for careful presentation in public to be photographed twice in the same casual budget brand outfit, which added the suspicion that the second photo wasn't actually taken on a different day as claimed, but was possibly the same photo session just reused or an older photo relabeled. And also it's being widely reported that the photo carried no verifiable metadata and it wasn't taken by any neutral press photographer. Now, of course, that's not proof of fraud, but it's exactly the kind of detail that raises legitimate questions, not conspiracies, legitimate questions. So here's why this isn't just a tabloid curiosity. The reason why McConnell's mysterious absence matters is because in the end, it is a major constitutional problem, okay? So if you don't know, the Kentucky legislature, which is dominated by Republicans, they have a supermajority there, they deliberately changed their Senate vacancy law back in 2024 specifically stripping the Democrat Governor Andy Beshear the power to appoint a replacement senator. Instead, any vacancy has to be filled by special election, which will of course go to a Republican, and most likely a hardcore MAGA Republican. Here is what they are not telling you. There's a catch buried in Kentucky's Constitution. If a vacancy happens too close to a regularly scheduled election, and McConnell's seat is already up in November 2026, the seat may simply sit vacant until the winner of that election is sworn in come January. That deadline is widely cited as falling right around August 3rd, meaning if McConnell's office can produce just enough proof of life to get past that date, right, a photo here, a statement there, the entire question of who replaces him and how gets punted away for months, thus denying the Senate a key pro-MAGA vote that would be enough to pass the SAVE Act. We're just one vote away from getting the SAVE Act passed by reconciliation and put on President Trump's desk with a simple 50 vote plus one, right? That, I think, is what's really going on here. So thus far, there have been 4 Republicans who've consistently voted against the SAVE Act: Murkowski, McConnell, Tillis, and Susan Collins. Collins may be persuadable in the end, but in the meantime, it seems that McConnell's anti-Trump infatuation is going beyond his old bones. Whatever his condition, he's clearly in no condition to represent the people of Kentucky. And his office should announce his immediate resignation. But again, because he and what's left of the Republican establishment are so anti-Trump, they're so bitter towards you, the MAGA coalition, for stealing their neocon rhino Republican Party, that they've decided that they would rather drag this charade out past the August 3rd deadline than to give President Trump a victory with the SAVE Act. It's absolutely despicable, and I think it underscores just how important it was to completely revamp the Republican Party as a nationalist, populist, for the people party and crush the insufferable donor and advisor class that sold out the people every chance they got for their own benefit. So when all is said and done, August 3rd is the deadline. If there's going to be a special election to replace McConnell, his seat would have to be declared vacant by August 3rd. Unfortunately, I wouldn't hold my breath. It's just yet another reminder of precisely why we so desperately needed someone like President Trump to come and remake the Republican Party to serve the interests of the people rather than the interests of a pathetic and corrupt elite of which McConnell was a key figure. So what do you guys think? Do you even think he's alive? Right? Is he our most of a Mitch? Put the comments down below. But bottom line, you have to understand that if there is no seat vacancy declared by August 3rd, that seat can remain vacant all the way to the midterms and all the way to the new senator who is ever going to replace Mitch McConnell, since he's not running for re-election, until he gets sworn in January. It seems to me that is why they're playing these silly picture games. He's in no condition to be senator, but he doesn't want to admit it because that would replace him with a pro-MAGA senator who would give us the 50th vote for the SAVE Act and give Trump a big win. That's what this is really ultimately trying to stop. Very, very sad stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And as always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button for breaking news and analysis you're not going to get anywhere else. Love you guys. God bless. Enjoy your weekend.